So our next speaker today, actually 10 years ago, was just another student sitting in real estate class, as all of us have been at one time or another. But fast forward to today, and he has one of the most powerful organizations in the industry. After joining EXP 7 years ago, he has grown a revenue share team that's already done $3 billion this year, with a B. But his story is not just about numbers, truly. It's about vision. He actually is the one who brought the very first non-North American agent into EXP, thus opening us to the global market. He then went on to create the first international rev share network in the company ever. Now he today leads one of the most successful real estate teams in the world, not because he stayed comfortable, but because he was willing to push the boundaries and blaze a trail for all of us. Please join me in welcoming Barry Pulver to the stage.
Thank you, you too. No pressure. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's funny, I'm taking a little bit of what everybody said today, and I'm speaking about the opportunity you did not know, and Bill, I will give you some time back. Don't worry about it. So, long story short, my name is Barry Pulver. I live in Davidson, North Carolina, 30 minutes from here, this morning about an hour. I am a husband and dad. I moved to America in 2010, got into real estate 2016. I was in class probably this time 10 years ago. I joined EXP 7 years ago in the summer, 2018, and I had the pleasure of assisting taking us at EXP International in 2019. Thank you, young man. Thank you, everybody. But again, I transitioned very much at that point from an I and a me to an us and a we. So it's all one and the same. Now, one thing I think is always important is just to be honest and transparent. So I like sharing numbers. I also, like I said, I'm a dad. So I've got my son, my 8-year-old, to help me with some numbers, because this data was our revenue share as of Friday, which was the 5th of September. Today is the 10th of September. And right now, we are looking at year-to-date sales, 9,327, over $3.1 billion worth of sales. The thing that I'm personally most proud of for all of us and many of you in the room, the average sales per agent is 10.82, or as you see here a few days ago. So in 2 working days, right, including the weekend, we sold 258 homes, 72 million, 158,000, etc. So we talk about, and just for perspective, because I think perspective is everything in life, the average realtor, so we see, sells somewhere between 0 and 3 homes per year. The average EXP International agent right now is selling about 4.5 homes per year. Now, this is all great, but what does it matter to you? Does it matter to you? It may not. We've heard some of the best in our industry here speaking today about things that we can tangibly take. YouTube, sales, mindset. EXP International, I'm assuming and hoping you're here because you have somewhat of an interest in growth and revenue share. I truly do believe the biggest growth for EXP, the biggest growth for real estate full stop, even if you're not with us at EXP, is outside of North America. And that is me. So the original picture, and this actually here is a slightly better quality picture. So in the summer, I went to support many of our guys and girls in the UK at the conference, and this was me holding up my little revenue share. I think we're about 800 agents at that point. Today we're about 867. As of next week, with a big announcement we'll have at EXP, it'll be over 1,000. Now, as Jay was saying earlier, times are hard, especially if you're like Bill and you live in Florida. The market is tough. I'll share transparently my numbers. Where we are here in Davidson, North Carolina, I'd say the market's pretty good. The market in the UK is fantastic. The market in Dubai is insane. So, bigger picture thinking, right? Do you want to keep doing what you're doing? Please do, because you're great at what you do. But if you want to grow, maybe your market's tough right now. Why don't you look at the Italian market, the Spanish market? We're in, 27 countries, I believe. We're going to be launching, if this is recording, 3 or more come Miami. There is a bigger picture out there, and every single one of us, the thing I love about EXP, it doesn't matter how special you are, it doesn't matter if you're a pretty new agent like I was when we joined, we all have the exact same opportunity, right? No special favors, we all have the ability to grow and partner with anybody you're sat with at the table, anybody in your market, anybody around the world. So, ask yourself these pretty basic but big picture questions. Why? Why do I want to grow international? Well, again, one pretty good excuse is markets differ all over the world. I like waking up and checking my EXP app, by the way, every single morning, and I've had a good night, even if I've slept like crap. Either way, it's pretty exciting. The one thing I'll say now as well, at this moment in time, when we launched, we did originally launch in the UK, the first country, we didn't have data. We didn't actually get paid for revenue share for 18 months. But now we have, here at EXP, the #1 system and platform in the entire industry where you can track real-time your data, your sales production locally in whatever market you're in the world, and your revenue share organization real-time within the hour. The My EXP app and website, if you're not using it, if you've not looked at it from the organizational data standpoint, it is an absolute, excuse the cliche, absolute game changer. It is phenomenal. So we have the ability to do this anywhere in the world. What can I offer my agents? We've heard many different people talk about different things today. What can I or the greater overall EXP or your organization offer those particular agents? Who do I know? I was, as Kayla and I believe Kevin was saying earlier, you could be super prepared or you could just wing it and do it and be authentic. So when I spoke to Shelley last week, I created this presentation on Friday. I've not planned or prepared it because I wanted to be completely authentic, right? So one thing I was thinking about, and we're going to go into a lot more detail with these, but who do I know? One thing I've come to learn in my 15, almost 16 years here in America is everybody seems to be Irish or connected, have family in Ireland or something like that. So just, I know we're not in Ireland now, but just a raise of hands. Anybody have any heritage in Ireland? Thank you. Bingo, thank you. It's a funny story. You may already know someone who you get the opportunity to grow with. And where are these agents? Ireland's a pretty good case in point. So after these basic but really philosophical and important questions to ask yourself, we look at the how. This is what I'm going to go into much greater detail with. 5 simple steps to get started, because again, as we heard before, if you don't get started, where are we really anyway? Know the market, know the model, know your avatar, know your support, and know your plans. Someone mentioned my favorite word in the world before, accountability, maybe it was Shelley, the most important thing in the world. Know the market. Did you know that markets outside of America could be pretty different to what they're like in America? How is a deal transacted? If you came to me and said, hey, I've got, and we're very lucky to have a big organization in Australia, this guy on the Gold Coast who's wanting to buy a home, can you just connect him with a listing agent? Well, no, buyer agents are separate to listing agents. Same happens all the time. I get connected in, was Workplace, now hopefully better to be Slack. Hey, I have someone who wants to move to Manchester. Can you help them buy a home? No, buyer agency isn't a thing in England. So different transactions, some parts of the world, the deal is transacted. We see that state by state. We're here in North Carolina. We're minutes away from South Carolina. Different legalities, different contracts, all of this. But is it a real estate agent who's responsible? Is it the attorney? Is it the lawyer? So just do some understanding of what the market is you're wanting to go into, I think would be very important. What type of market is it? Is it Dubai, where they sell you the dream, taxes, there's no income tax, and people are purchasing in there for a second home or a third home? Is it a buyer's market? Let's look at the state of the market of where we are. We're all the experts, or we profess to be, and hopefully we are the experts in our market. So why don't we have an understanding of that market we want to go into? Is it a rental type market? Is it a luxury type market? Are people buying? Are people selling? What's going on? Who are the major players in that market? I love this. I always look at it from a company or brokerage perspective, as I'm sure we do here in our market. Who are the agents? Who are the ones, when you're doing your own YouTube channel now, who are you seeing who is on there, who's doing the work, and who's selling the homes? Now, how do agents get their clients? Is it YouTube? Is it a word of mouth? Do open houses exist? What is the typical lead generation for how these agents also get their business? This is going to be very different. How successful are EXP there, if EXP are even there? How is real estate marketing done? Directly ties into the other one about lead generation, but it is important to know. It's very important to know, I would say. If you look at, I'll bring Dubai up again. If you look at Dubai and you look at LinkedIn specifically, everybody is driving a Bugatti and is super successful. Whereas if you actually look at the details, who is actually successful there? So I truly believe you don't have to be an expert in every single market in the world. As someone who has business in 20-something countries, I am nowhere near. I have the right leaders who are, but you have to be competent in knowing what you're speaking about and what that market looks like. Know the model. Quick show of hands. I think one in Canada, congrats. But everyone else here in the US, if I said, hey, could you explain to me the EXP model in 5 minutes? Would you be fairly competent to explain the model by which you're part of? Okay, thank you. They're very different around the world. The core of EXP remains exactly the same, but the specifics for what the agent, which is all about value and all about the agent, the most important part of this, of course, what are the local portals? I'm sure you're well aware many countries don't have a multiple listing system, or some people don't have buyer agency, some people aren't self-employed. There's a lot to know. But what the agents want to know is, where is their exposure? Are my properties getting on the local national portals they need to be doing? Do you know in this particular country you're looking at what portals they have access to? What is the local technology? What is the local tools and systems they are using? Going to differ effectively, apart from Central Europe, maybe Central America, country to country. Do you know currency conversion of one of our 35 million dirham homes that we have on the market now? It's about $17 million US. I could be rapidly off, but knowing the currency conversion is very, very important. And do you know the splits? Do you know the commission? Do you know the cost of EXP? Name the model. The important thing for you to know, yes, there is revenue share in every single country we're in and we'll be going into. So one of the core values and beliefs of the leadership here is that everybody, like I said before, the beauty, my favorite thing of EXP, everybody's willing to share with you and give back, but everyone has the exact same opportunity. EXP.international, I believe, is the website. You can send me a message afterwards. It has the model of every single country. All of these are on there, whatever you need to know. Thank you to the leadership team as well. Now, do you know your avatar? Same goes with sales. You have a $2 million listing appointment up the road here. You have only ever helped buyers in a first-time aspect buy a $250,000, $300,000 home. Great. How can you help them? How have you done that research to help know that you're going to win that listing? Same goes with agent attraction and growth. Who do you want to attract? Is it your Irish cousin in Dublin? Is it, I'm being more specific though, what does that avatar look like of who you want to attract? Is it someone who is like you? Is it someone who you see in a leadership position? Is it someone who is a killer on YouTube? Who do you want to attract? Have they been in the industry for 3 to 5 years? Are they brand new in the industry? Do they do luxury? Do they do rentals? Do they do a particular price point? Who do you want to attract and why do you want to recruit them? If you asked me 7 years ago, I think, when I joined EXP for two things. As a solo, fairly new agent, I joined for support and I joined to build my own brand. I've done a pretty good job of that. I didn't know anything about revenue share, recruiting or growth or any of this, despite what Bill told you at that Christmas party. I want to know why you want to recruit anybody. Do you want to do it because you get paid? Long term, that's not going to be your best bet. But do you want to do it because you can truly build something special with them and help them get where they want to be? Because I'll tell you, from experience, that's a good way to go. So what is their speciality? Like I was asking, who do you want to attract? What is their speciality? What is their strength? What is their weakness? Which we'll get to in a moment. But what are they when it comes to their real estate business, which is, again, what it's all about? What company are they currently with? If you tell me the country, I could probably have a good guess and be fairly accurate with it, but what company are they with and why would they want to leave where they currently are? The same goes for you. Actually, the same goes for all of us before we were with EXP. Why would we possibly leave X, Y, Z? We probably wouldn't. As we know with human psychology, people do one of two things when they make a move. Number one, they run towards something or they run away from something. I know which, from a growth perspective, is always a better way to go. So, why would they want to leave where they currently are? And how are they currently successful? Is it them? Is it the company? There are some agents here in America, but there are some agents internationally. They get so much of their business based from the brokerage. So if they were to leave that company or brokerage, would it even be beneficial for them? Certainly wouldn't be for you. So let's be honest and understand why they are currently being successful. And I think we all can recognize we all have areas that we all need to improve upon. What are their particular areas where they can improve upon too? Know your support. How can you specifically help them? As an individual, what can you do? What has brought your success? What is bringing your success? What can you offer? One thing that I've come to do in the last couple of years, I created something called the Exceptional Network. Actually, you can check it out. TheExceptionalNetwork.com is an internal website I've created 1,000 videos, 700 hours of live training, a lot of my resources, all of this for anyone within the organization. So it's just something I do that obviously we know our partners above and what they can offer. What is the existing country support and team there? Country leaders at EXP, some come and go, so know who they are, speak with them. We all have direct access to everybody on Slack. Know what the country team is, know the model, know the support. Now, can you sufficiently virtually help them? Sometimes the answer is going to be no, and I think you need to be honest with that. I remember when we launched officially in the UK in November 2019, we had a Christmas party, it was great. Then COVID came and the world shut down. That was probably, and I hate to say this, I mean purely from a working perspective, probably the best thing that ever could have happened for EXP UK, EXP International, for all of us. We were virtual, we had the capability of continuing when the world was shut down, we could still keep working, and actually it skyrocketed it. But can you, as an individual and your organization specifically, help Bob, Sally, Jose, whoever, wherever they are in the world, virtually? Who are your EXP partners above? If nothing else, please go onto your My EXP website or app and check. People use upline and downline, I just say partners, but look at who your partners are above. They're a message away, they will want to help you, but know who they are. What resources do you currently have available? I shared one of mine. And what is your USP? Everybody has a unique selling point. What is it? You've heard from everybody on the stage. They're giving you their tips and tricks and secrets of what theirs is. Arguably, you could say this is mine. So know what yours are. Know what yours are. Look in the mirror and be very honest about it too. Where do you need to improve? That's a tough one. No one wants to ask that question, but please do. It will really, long term, it will certainly help you. And do you need to look at co-sponsoring? I think Jay mentioned this before. It's funny, I have several of the country leaders who are coming to me asking for some help. But again, I think if you know where you need to improve, you know who you are, what you want to do, look at if you can sufficiently help them right now. Maybe you need to leverage some of the local leadership. Maybe you need to leverage someone who's done it before. Just, we have this opportunity now, and many of us have built something before that we didn't have it. So it's there. Take advantage of it. I'll publicly say I'm not directly going to grow internationally anymore without leveraging it, which is something I never had the opportunity to do prior. Know your plan. The A word again at the top, accountability. Great. Self-accountability. Person in the mirror is the meanest and your best friend as well, because they're always going to lie to you, but be honest. So know your accountability. And when I was on Build stage last year, post-surgery, I said, have your idea, write it down, share it with the person next to you. There was a statistic, and that hasn't changed. If you are accountable not only to yourself, the person in the mirror, but somebody else, your chances and probability of making that happen just absolutely skyrocket. So be accountable, hold yourself accountable. Have you shared your plan? Why? Because stats show you will highly likely do it as opposed to if you don't. Do you have your target list? I remember when I heard about this revenue share stuff about 6 years ago, they were saying, write a list of 10 people, follow it. Do you have that? We all have blueprints for you to help it, but it helps if you have it. And I believe Jay said at the very beginning, and that's why I shared my numbers, because I think it's important knowing who you're speaking, who you're listening speak. Are your actions going to match your words? You can say whatever you want to say, but what are you actually going to do about it, and what does the results show from that? Focus on the process to get the results, but you have to have the action behind it too. What value are you going to offer? Again, it's a very important question. What value do you offer now? Look at what you're already doing before you kind of look to expand internationally to do it too. But ask yourself that question. Where is it written down? Is it up here, which is great, but write it down, have it there, and you can always reflect back upon that as the years go by as well. And then how are you going to evaluate the process? Many of us have been guilty of always just doing that through the results until it gets to a point where you actually become smarter and understand, well, the results are there because I've been following the process, and doing that consistently with value-led always gets you where you want to be. Now, if this works, I want to try this video.
For listening to the real-life Barry Pulver today, however he can help you, I'm sure he would love you. Be real, and be authentic. Lead with value and do it consistently, and you'll always win. AI, new technology, is here to help you too. Yes, Barry has a tremendously successful revenue share organization in many different language-speaking countries. But did you know something? Ask him, and he would say he only speaks the Queen's English. But me, here is an example of my French. Bonjour, cela fait de nombreuses années que j'ai appris l'appel langue française. Mais maintenant, avec la technologie, je la parle couramment. Okay, maybe you think I got lucky. How about real estate law in German? Immobilien sind in Deutschland ganz anders. Es ist sehr wichtig, die Gesetze und Unterschiede zu kennen, damit Sie Makler wertvolle Hilfe bieten können. Finally, and my
So I wanted to share that with you, a little off topic, but it brings in the big picture. We're all understanding and curious about AI technology, where it's going, where it's been. We haven't had this level of technology until now. I've been very fortunate to directly grow into, I don't know, 9, 10 countries at this point. I do only speak the Queen's English. You can tell I don't have my New York accent. I'm working on right now. But we have this technology in the background to help us leverage it. Did you know you can speak any language in the world? If you want to grow there and you have the value, you have everything there, use a HeyGen, use a couple of bits of tools and tech, and we can help you, and you can speak to anybody interactively in the world. It's crazy. I'm here to help in any capacity. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day today.